Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for installment of Scott Selections here for Monday, December 5th. For again, today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We had a nice winner in the NFL with the two-team 6-point teaser. Had the Ravens Broncos under 45.5 and the Seahawks -1, and that two-pick paid out at -115 on Bet Online. The under was never in doubt in that Ravens game. You had one touchdown in the entire game. Broncos once again continued to cash unders with ease. And then we had the stressful part, which was Seattle, but they eventually got home. Game-winning touchdown pass with about a minute to go, and the Seahawks ended up covering. So nice winner for us. Look for the winner here on Monday. And for today's play of the day, once again, going to talk about some football. We'll get the Monday night game between the Saints and the Buccaneers taking place at around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this matchup, I'm going to take the under 41.5 points at -110 on FanDuel. Time recording of 2 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why I like the under in this matchup. First reason, each team has been involved in a lot of low-scoring games lately. 6 of Tampa Bay's last 7 games have had less than 41 points, while 4 of New Orleans' last 5 games have had less than 41 points. And a big reason why there's been a lot of low-scoring games involving each team this season, it's because both teams really can't score. And Tampa Bay is averaging just 18.2 points per game, which ranks 27th. Meanwhile, New Orleans is averaging just 20.8 points per game, which ranks 20th. So both offenses are really, really underwhelming, and I think you'll end up seeing both of them struggle at various points in this game, especially based on how good the defenses have played lately, because in the past 3 games, Tampa Bay has allowed just 17.3 points per game, which ranks 7th in the league. Meanwhile, in the past 3 games, New Orleans has allowed just 17.7 points per game, which ranks 8th. So you have 2 defenses in really just tip-top form right now, and they're against offenses that are really underwhelming. I think the defenses should really dictate how this game is played, and you'll end up seeing a bit of a rock fight on your hands. But you're looking at the first meeting back in week 2, and this game was very, very ugly. The game landed 30. It was in a dome. It was in New Orleans, so weather was not a factor. And it landed 30, but that was even misleading because you had a defensive touchdown and 24 points in the fourth quarter. So you had 0 touchdowns for 3 quarters, and then the game kind of exploded in the final 8 minutes or so. But the point is, you saw both offenses do nothing earlier this season against these defenses, and I think you'll see pretty much a carbon copy of what happened in that game in this one on Monday night. But I don't trust either offense in this matchup against these defenses, and there are a couple ways for you to actually get to the under in this spot. You could have both offenses be bad, like we saw in the first game. Wouldn't surprise me. You could see Tampa's offense be awful once again, while New Orleans' offense is decent, and Tampa will drag the total down single-handedly, or vice versa, and Tampa's offense is good. New Orleans only scores 10 points, and you still go under. But the point is, I think that there are a couple of ways to get there, and I don't trust both offenses to play well in the same game. I don't see that happening. You have primetime Andy Dalton versus Tom Brady with no offensive line as Tampa checks the ball down a ton. I think you'll see a lot of long and ugly drives, maybe a couple long field goals, but to sustain touchdown drives is a little bit too much to ask for on a regular basis in this matchup, which is why I do think this total is a bit too high. Plus, to go through the recent meetings, the under is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. So these games tend to be low scoring, tend to be very, very intense, and I think you'll end up seeing another ugly game between these teams. Maybe a 17-13 final, maybe 2017, but I don't expect both teams to get to 20, and I think as a result, this game should go under. So play that once again here for Monday, December 5th is going to be on the Saints and Buccaneers under 41.5 points at -110 on FanDuel. Bye, everyone.